Hello, everybody. It's me. It's Viva Reverie. That's me. And I'm the person you're listening to. And this is an episode of VIVCAST. That sounded awfully introductory, considering the fact that I this is like the fourth episode. Whatever. Anyway, so all right. How do I start episodes again? How do I start episodes? All right. First, I mention that it's an episode, I mention who I am, and I talk about the episode stuff, the stuff in the episode. Actually, no. Formalities. Okay. VivCast formalities go. Things I wanted to, which, I'm gonna repeat the dictionary description in case you don't know what the word formalities mean. The things I want to talk about, because I feel like I should talk about them, even though they're not relevant to the actual episode itself. So, if you've been following me on my Twitter, and my Twitter, in particular, because that's the only place I've mentioned this, I've mentioned that I've started what I'm dubbing my super secret project, and I've done a ton of planning on it. It's a thing that I've been wanting to do for a really long time, and it is going to be easily the biggest project I've ever worked on ever, and I'm kind of really excited about it, but oh my goodness, it is going to take like over 4 months. Like, I've planned out the entirety of my next 4 months just dedicated to this one video, and that causes a couple of problems. Such as, for example, problem number one. This project, I want to it's essentially my 19-week project. I started it about a week ago. In fact, pretty much exactly a week ago. And 19 weeks after this today is going to be BronyCon. And I want this to be done for BronyCon, and I want to present it at a BronyCon panel. Now, here's the problem. I get money to travel to conventions from making videos, but this video that I want to premiere for BronyCon, if it's the only video I can focus on, then I can't earn money making videos. And oh my goodness, it's sort of a complicated thing. I'm hoping maybe I'll be able to squeeze videos in between production of this one, of my super secret project, because I really want this to happen. It's really an exciting thought to me, but I don't know. I don't know entirely if this is going to work out as planned, especially considering this month I've got another project which, oh my goodness, as I mentioned last time, my the St. Patrick's Day project, that one is, I'm not only doing it alongside the super secret project, but I'm also doing it alongside full-time university. Fortunately, it's the early weeks of university, so I'm sort of managing without having to do too much, but it's not going to be that way for much longer. Oh, goodness. So, so that's my problems. You'll listen to me whine about my complications and problems and the such, but yeah, that's just the thing. That's just the things that have been going on in my life, and are going to continue going on for the next 4 months. Exciting. This is going to be exciting. Anyway, so that's it for formalities. That didn't feel long. I feel like that didn't feel long, because I only sort of talked about one subject when last time I did formalities. It was 2 or 3. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm stupid, because that was 4-5 minutes long. I suppose closer to 4. I should shut up and talk about the actual the actual video. This VivCast is about toys, pony toys, and the toy videos that I make in general. Okay, so I did not open my channel window in advance. I'm quickly going to do that now, because I did that. That was an idea that I had. I'm going to have them on a second window, so that I so that my mind is sort of like paying attention to like the videos that I'm gonna be referencing or talking about. All right, that's all right. All right, okay, good. I've got a bunch of them open now. Okay, so, how do I? Okay, first thing I should talk about is collecting pony toys. So, once upon a time, I got into the My Little Pony show, and I thought, hey, I like this show. I'm gonna buy some merchandise from it. But now imagine this several years ago when bronies weren't too much of a big thing. Like after season 2 ended, before season 3 started. I suppose that is still a decent amount into the pony like life cycle, time span, timeline, probably. Timeline sounds like the right word. But it was it's early compared to now. Like that was 4 years ago now. And yeah, I just like sort of if it was really awkward going into the just imagine it in your head. A bit like, a big something teen male going into the pink aisle and looking for pony toys, looking around the corners to make sure that nobody's watching. It's yeah, it's the sort of cringy sort of. I don't like the word cringe. I've used it in 2 episodes in a row. I need to stop using it, but I don't have a good alternative word. Whatever. It's that sort of thought that like, oh my goodness, it's a stereotypical brony. I really I don't like the idea of the stereotype. But to be fair, it is kind of true for a lot of people. A lot of people are like, I'm gonna dress up stylish and say, hey, I don't care about the fact that I like My Little Pony. I'm cool. I don't care. I'm one of the hip dudes. So essentially that's sort of what I felt like when I went to the pink aisle, which, prefaces. The pink aisle is what I've sort of dubbed, and I'm sure a lot of other people have dubbed, the aisle with all the girls' toys, because that's where all the pony toys are, the pink aisle. Because, you look along the toy aisles, there's there's the cars, there's the freaking Nerf guns. There's always a Nerf gun aisle. Or maybe I'm just lucky, or I suppose unlucky in my case, because I don't buy Nerf guns. Yeah. But then there's the pink aisle, and that has the garbage Barbie and the pretty sweet pony toys. Actually, no, they're not. They're kind of here's the thing about oh god. I don't want to cough. Coughing sounds really bad on a microphone in a podcast. It just sort of came out of nowhere. I'm so sorry if you were listening and you heard a cough and you don't like the sound of coughs. What was I talking about? The pink aisle. I was talking about the pink aisle, and I said, I was talking about the pink aisle, and I said, that's right, the merchandise is garbage. The merchandise is garbage. I'm sort of learning with my brain farts. I'm sort of learning, instead of trying to fill the void with voice, you should just stop talking, because if you stop talking, people won't really notice. You're the only one who notices that you've stopped talking for a couple of seconds. Sort of. I mean, obviously that's not true. But it's it feels like such a longer time if you're the only one trying to fill the void of nothing sounds with your voice, and you're the one who has to think up the things to say next. I don't know. Something like that. Anyway, right. Where was I again? Alright, okay. So, My Little Pony toys, of course, when they were first conceptualized by the Hasbro marketing department, they thought it would be a good idea to not put any effort into them and say, whatever, My Little Pony, just like every other My Little Pony. Let's make them, put them on shelves. That's it. That's all we'll do. And that's all they did. And then the show became a hit, and suddenly, everybody's buying these toys in droves because it's a really popular show. But the toys do not reflect that in any way. Like, oh my goodness. If you look at a My Little Pony toy and you think of it as a 3D model, like, it does not look good as a 3D model at all. Like, think of the Source Filmmaker ponies, the 3D ponies you always see for, like, the 3D animations or whatever. They're kind of weird and their lips look off, but they are generally more show style than the actual toys are. Actually, a better example of a good 3D model are the 3D models from Legends of Equestria, which is MMO fan made sort of pony MMO. I said MMO twice. That's not how you describe things. You lunatic. You lunatic. That's not how you describe things. You don't say the same thing twice. You do. Where was I? Legends of Equestria does really good pony models. Oh, I bumped my microphone. That probably came out on the really good 3D models. I keep distracting myself. I need to not. I'm doing it again. What am I doing? Why am I hosting a podcast? I am the worst at hosting a podcast. So the models that are sold as pony toys, they're weird. Their muzzles are like too low down, and like their hair is just a fluff of nonsense, which is how it has been for every other pony toy, because, you know, ponies don't need defined hairstyles. It's not like they put them in the show or something. Oh, wait. That's exactly what they did. So you may notice that as time has gone on, they've gone away from that sort of pony's hair is fluff thing and made their hair sort of more show style-ish, like the Funko toys. The Funko, not the pop vinyls, the regular vinyls, the regular sized vinyl, not vinyl as in vinyl scratch, even though they've sold a vinyl scratch toy, which I am staring at right now because I own one. It's pretty sweet. Anyway, like, those are far more show style. Actually, on second thought, maybe their muzzles are sort of the same spot. Maybe, no, it's the fact that they're too big on the regular ones. I don't know. The point is that they're off model and they look weird because not much time and effort was put into them. But that's what they went with, and that's what they're selling. They can't, like, change the style. They've already cemented it, and it's like how it's the type of toy they sell now, and you can't go back on it. And it's oh man, one way or another, I collected a bunch of these. Like, as bad as they were, the fact that Applejack was never sold with a hat. Every single blind bag of Fluttershy looked identical to Rainbow Dash, which, by the way, is kind of really hilarious because they don't look anything alike. Oh my goodness! But yeah, it's sort of a weird thing. Pony toys, like, so much is wrong with them. Like, so much that, like, the fan-made stuff is more popular than the actual toys for good reasons, because the fan-made stuff is, you know, thought was put into them. You know, don't say don't say that. That's not how you do I keep doing the thing where now I'm going to keep doing the thing where I'm going to continue. Next dot point. I've been talking about these models for a very long time. Next. I'm talking about my toy videos. My toy videos, which is technically dot point number 1, but I sort of melded it in with pony collecting in general. But anyway, my toy videos. So way back starting, I believe it was in 2012, I started making pony toy videos that were sort of like based around the absurdities of the toys. The very first toy video I made was I am Princess Celestia, and I got this Celestia toy, and I pressed the button on it, and it says really dumb things. Remember when I said slightly earlier in this here podcast that the pony toys are off model in so many, like, not even on their actual models, but they're characters. The Celestia toy talks, and it says things like, "I love when you comb my hair," or "Let's fly to the castle." We'll be getting back to that. And oh, my favorite one is "My barrettes are so pretty." It's the best. I love that toy for more than one reason. Reason one, it is garbage, and reason two is shortly after making I Am Princess Celestia, I made a video which was supposed to be a derivative of I Am Princess Celestia called Let's Fly to the Castle, where I took one of the lines Celestia said and I turned that into a sort of silly little gag. I said, "Let's fly to the castle." Well, why not set up a sort of castle in my room and then sort of put her on camera, press the button, she says, "Let's fly to the castle." And I chuck her, like, straight into the castle, destroying it, and hilarity ensues. That video became stupidly popular, really popular. That's sort of what sort of launched me into the scene of ponydom, of bronydom, I guess. That video became an accidental viral success. The reason why I became successful was because I got a viral hit, and for the months, for the years, I'd say months, maybe at least a year after making that video, I just kept making those videos because people like them. People like the toy videos, and they are pretty good. There's a few pretty good ones, which are, hijinks ensuing, regular, silly, goofy, like, slapstick is the word I'm looking for. A lot of them is slapstick. A lot of them is just making fun of the toy, or in this case, when I looking at this video, it's called I Can Read Good, is a video of a book. There's several book videos, because the books, they were similarly made in the early in the pony life cycle. So, like, before the show came out, before everybody found out that the show would become a crazy hit success. So they made them pathetically dumb and hilariously inaccurate, like, such as, for example, in I Can Read Good, the video, it's Twilight Sparkle's name is misdubbed as, or mistyped, or I don't know, somebody screwed up, and it became Twilight Star, and that is freaking hilarious. Oh, it's lovely. It is lovely. There's one thing that I don't like about my early pony toy videos is I include my face in a lot of them, or myself as the person making the videos, because I made them ages ago, and now I sort of cringe when I look back at them. There I go, using the word again. Or not again. If you can think of an alternative, tell me, so that I can use a word instead of the word cringe, because I don't like the word cringe, even though it fits. I don't know. I suppose it's overexposure to the word cringe. You hear it too often, so you sort of start to, like, negative connotations or whatever. But you know how it is. Anyway, there's a few good ones of my old pony toy videos that I like. Let's Have a Party. That was a silly one. Oh, another derivative of I Am Princess Celestia. Like Let's Fly to the Castle was one of them. Another one was I Love When You Comb My Hair, which I suppose you could say is the raunchiest video I've ever made, and it was back when I didn't mind not being family friendly, if you could say. Go look that up if you want to see what I'm talking about. But it's pretty funny. Okay, how about this? I want to talk about it, so go watch the video first. Okay. All right, I'll assume you've watched the video now. It's the first question that probably comes to your mind is, how did you set this up? It was essentially, I went up to a bunch of my friends and I said, all right, everybody hold a comb. I'm going to make a silly video. I'm going to press the button. Celestia is going to say, I love when you comb my hair, and you're going to aggressively comb her hair. And that video was just sort of like, I don't know, it could have been done a bit better. All right, we're going to do a second take, but this time moan loudly and stroke softer. And history was made. That's one of my, I think that's like the second most popular toy video I've made. Excuse me while I quickly check. I am quickly checking to make sure I'm correct. I am right. It is my second most popular toy video. Third most popular toy video is Sea Ponies. Another silly slapstick one. Oh my goodness. Good times, good times. If we're here forever, I mean, excuse me. If I go through every single one of them, we'd be here forever. So I'll try and jump through them. Twilight Barkle. That one was fun because Takahata 101, the voice of Nappa from Vegeta, no, not Vegeta, from Dragon Ball Z Abridged, or Dragon Ball Z, no, it's Dragon Ball Z Abridged. The letter Z is Z in Australia and Z in America, but I always, everybody around everyone everywhere always says Dragon Ball Z regardless because Dragon Ball Z sounds stupid. Anyway, point is that I got him as a cameo, so hell yeah. I can say I did that, but there's a couple of others. Oh, Dennis. I really like Dennis. It's another silly one. Because it was recorded in an actual store and I didn't get permission. I just sort of set up the camera. Nobody was in that part of the store. I just set up the camera I was with a meetup with a bunch of friends, and I said, "All right, I've got an idea," and then we did it. All right, quickly explaining that video. If you shorten Princess Cadence, I like you say Cadence or Cadence or Dennis, you know, it's sort of a shortened way of saying Cadence, and that's sort of what I've dubbed her. I've dubbed Cadence Dennis, and that's why that video happens, and that's why it's such a weird video, because like if you don't know that fact, the fact that Dennis refers to Cadence as a shortened version of Cadence's name, then that video makes no sense. But I suppose you can like it for that as well. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's a lot to talk about my old toy videos. I didn't realize. I need to move on. I said that earlier, but then I got stuck on Dennis. Once again, very quickly going to go through a few of these. Rarity Opens Babies is a funny one. Can I Have a Kiss is a silly one. I like that one. Hello, I am Princess Twilight Sparkle. That's another pretty popular one. It's essentially a retread of the I Am Princess Celestia video, where I'm showing off this giant Twilight Sparkle toy, and remember when I said that early pony toys were stupid and meaningless and nothing to the show because they were before the show came out? This is an Alicorn Princess Twilight Sparkle. The fandom has been already cleanly established, and yet they're still making garbage toys aimed for 2-year-olds who've never even seen the show, because even 5-year-olds would get that it's a stupid toy. Oh my goodness. It's sort of like the thought that like the merchandising team is 500 billion% completely ignorant of the show's popularity, the show's success, the fact that, you know, people like the show not because it's a bloody girls' toys, whatever, girls' stuff and show. It's a good sort of, you know, it doesn't speak down to you. It's like let's use the third generation of MLP as an example, which is constantly like, we're happy and having fun, yay! Oh my goodness, this bad thing happened, oh, it's gone, you know, things like. Funny thing. I sort of devolve. That's kind of a mean way of saying it. Devolve into an American accent, like by accident. I previously mentioned that I cannot do an American accent and that I've never tried an American accent previously. Perfect segue. Where is it? There it is. Target Audience Goth. I rewatched that like yesterday, and I laughed my ass off at it. And it's a video I made, and what's funny is that the entire video I've got an American accent on, and I completely forgot that I did that, and that's such a weird thought. And it's kind of a legitimate sounding American accent too. So if I'm not thinking, then yes, I can do an American accent, I guess. I don't know. I'm sort of weird. Sort of thing. Anyway, good. That made me skip ahead of... Actually, no. I need to talk about this video. I need to talk about Pass the Plushie. Oh, Pass the Plushie is a beautiful video. It starts off sort of like... this was posted on Tumblr, and a lot of the responses were, this started off cringy, hey, there's that word again, and then it sort of turned into, like, me sort of actually liking it, like, as a and that's sort of, like, how it sort of happened, and, like, oh my goodness. That does remind me, though, that throughout that video and a lot of the videos I made beforehand and even afterwards, is I wore this hat, I wore this Mario hat, I wore this white tie with 2 ponies attached to it, and I think it looks really silly now. Like, back then it was just sort of my regular attire, and that's how I dressed up. But looking back on it, it's I'm not going to say the word again, but you know what I mean. It's sort of like I tried to be trendy and dress myself up. I still use the red hat white tie thing as like regular Viva symbols. Like in my profile picture, Viva is wearing the red hat and the white tie. I don't mind them for that. But and hey, the reason why I put the horse in that attire was because I dressed like that when I went to school, because that was me. I'm the red hat white tie guy. I wanted to be unique and fun and interesting. And I look back on it, and I don't know. It's oh my goodness. If you like at least 20, I'd say maybe 18. Yeah, 18's a good age. And you look back 4 years ago on your 14-year-old self, 99% of the population will say, yeah, I didn't really like how I acted back then, or I sort of cringe at thinking back on that, because you did a lot of things you sort of regret. Oh my goodness. That brings me to another segue. I'm going to stop talking about toy videos, because that's sort of like, besides a few others, that's sort of where I stopped making toy videos and dedicated myself to animations, and made the channel an animation channel. But oh no, I forgot what I was talking about. What was I talking about? Alright, I'm just gonna stop talking. Nope, it's not working. It's not working. I talked for too long, and that made me sort of distract myself. Right, okay. I was talking about my attire and how I didn't like how I dressed myself, and I regretted things from ages ago. Right. So, yes, and then that brought me to a point which we'll come back to the regretty part, but essentially, my first convention. Oh, why are we getting to this? Why are we talking about my first convention? My first pony convention is PonyCon AU. I believe it was 2012 sounds right. If it wasn't 2012, then it was 2013. But I'm fairly certain it was 2012, because it must have been shortly after I made the Let's Fly to the Castle video, because it's like back then I sort of like went up to people and like, hey, have you seen this video? Guess what? I made it. And I hate myself. Like, I hate thinking back to that, because I just think back to myself like trying to stroke an ego that I didn't have because I was not popular. Whoa, I spiked the hell out of the mic for a second there. Whoops. Anyway, I was not popular like not enough to sort of like, I was just looking for people who sort of recognized, like, not recognized me, of course nobody was going to recognize my face, but recognized the fact that I did a video that went viral. And that is not something to be proud of. If you've made something that you put a ton of work into and you're really proud of, and you want to like just like be proud of something that you feel like you deserve to be proud of. But like, and you can accept praise from that, but I do not like the fact that I was not only accepting praise, but looking for praise for making what was essentially stupid, dumb, whoops, that was a pretty funny video accidentally. Oh my goodness. That you can sort of see why I don't like making toy videos nowadays. It's like, among other things, among the fact that I do not have a good camera. That is reason number one why I don't like making toy videos, is because my camera, like, it's sort of because, okay, I can look past the fact that I used to be cringy, because if I just stop being cringy, then I can just make regular ass videos that people will find funny, and that's totally fine. Well, by the way, I've been sort of hinting at it this entire video, but we'll get to my lovely horse shortly. We'll get to the video I made last week very shortly. My little bootleg, that's what I called it. But first, I just want to finish this off. But like the videos that I don't like making. The toy videos, I don't like making them, is because I sort of set a standard for myself. I sort of set, like, I want my videos to be this level of quality before I'd say I feel proud about uploading them. The camera that I use is my iPhone 5, which is a pretty okay camera, but looking on it at a big, like, full screen on a new monitor, it looks like complete garbage, and it's sort of, I like making toy videos, I feel like, what's the words I'm looking for? The words that are coming to my mouth are, I feel like it doesn't, I set standards for myself. That's essentially what I tried to say, and essentially pretty much said, is that I set a standard for myself, and I want my future videos to constantly be at that sort of level. And if I have a really crappy, like, camera with really crappy setup, and I do not have the money to afford getting a new camera, especially that was a burp. I'm going to quickly swig some water. Hold on. Wow, 30 minutes of straight talking. A little swig of water actually really helps. Anyway. Yeah, I like camera. Yes, I do not have the money to buy myself a new fancy good enough camera. Like this phone, like at the time when it was released, it was like considered to have a pretty good camera, and it's like $600. I don't remember how much it was. It was something like that. And yes, and I said that I sort of had money problems earlier in the episode, because, I'm trying to go to BronyCon, like, juggle that with getting a new camera. There is no way that that's sort of happening. But yeah, oh my goodness. Right, there is one point that I have in my dot points list, and I really, 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 really want to bring it up, because okay. This sort of links back to my first PonyCon. I sort of stroked my ego way too much. But there were people who liked me, who actually noticed me as the person that I was. And there was one person in particular. Okay, so during that convention's charity auction, one of the items up there was like a limited edition white Princess Celestia toy. You know, the same one that says "Let's Fly to the Castle" is my regular ass one. Oh my goodness, flashbacks. I tried bringing attention to myself during that because, hey, Celestia, that's me. That's my sort of thing. Oh, goodness. Anyway, enough reminiscing over bad memories that you don't want to think about, because bad memories are not a good thing. and you don't want to reminisce on them, I suppose accept them as a thing that you did, but reminiscing is not a fun thing. But essentially, yeah, one of the items up there was a white Celestia toy. I'm like, all right, the highest I'll go with, because I wanted to get it, obviously, I'm the Celestia person. The highest I sort of set to myself was $30, and I was sort of thinking, like, I'll call it out the instant it comes up, and before I even had the chance to shout out $30, somebody else said $50. I'm like, God damn it. It was, oh my goodness, sad times. And it eventually sold at $100. And then the person who purchased it gave it to me, which is crazy. And I remember his name. His name was Max. And I've never had a proper opportunity to say thank you for that, because I have not done anything with that toy yet. And I do not know what to do with that toy. It's still in its box. I'm looking at it right now. In fact, hold on. It has a slightly deeper, like, pitch of tone when it says its words. But hold on.
My wings are so pretty.
Oh yeah. Yep, her wings are pretty, I guess. Anyway, but yeah, it's, oh my god, that was back when I did my toy videos. I did it with, like, when that around the sort of point when that was given to me, and I never made a video about it. And oh my goodness, I feel so bad for it. This thing was given to me, and I just couldn't think of anything good to do with it. And oh my goodness, I think I've brought it up in like a description or two. If you're very like well goodishness with your Viva followings, maybe you read my descriptions, which are essentially incoherent rambles. I probably at one point mentioned this white Celestia toy because I never had the opportunity to before. And oh my god, it's like, I just want to bring it up. I brought it up now. I still kind of want to do something with it. I just don't know what. I do not know what, and I kind of don't want to trash it, which means no throwing it at things, which is a shame. But yeah. Oh my goodness. I was going to have an entire segment where I was talking about the different types of pony collectible stuff, like the cards and the plushies and the blind bags and the books. Oh, I mentioned the books, the comics, the Equestria Girls ones, and the horrible baby ones. Like, oh my goodness. Maybe I'll leave that to another time, because this is almost 40 minutes long. I should start wrapping this up, because I said I wanted episodes to be like 30 minutes long. Obviously, if I have something to talk about, I don't want to stop talking about early. Like, forcefully stopping myself from talking, just sort of, I follow people who set like a personal time limit with their videos, and it's just like, I wanted them to keep going. They could have kept going, but because they set a personal time limit, they didn't get the thoughts that they wanted out. So the idea is that these VIVCAST episodes, they're going to be 30 minutes long, but if they go for longer, then they go for longer, and I'm not going to stop it. Right. We've set that. That is a rule. That is a thing. Ka-chink. That was me, like, sort of closing a vault, me saying, lock it in. That's a thing that's happening. And we'll move on to the end of the episode. That was this episode of VIVCAST. Hooray! Now it's time to look at fan art. Word for word. That's pretty much exactly what I said last episode. So, what are we going to look at? First things first, Princess Pinky Dashicorn art. Oh no! I forgot to talk about that video! Oh, okay. Very quickly going back into the actual episode to talk about my little bootleg, which contradicts a lot of what I said, where I said pretty much I don't want to make toy videos anymore, and yet I made one. But this one I sort of came across, and it was so perfect. It was a perfect toy to make a video of, because I had never come across an actual bootleg pony toy before. This one made sound, and it was broken English on the box and everything. It was too perfect. And it was a good way to call back to the fact that I did toy episodes not ages ago as well. There was one person who I responded to in the comments not long before I made that video, saying oh, I don't like the fact that you said you're not going to do toy videos anymore because that's what you originally started to do. And I said, yeah, well, and then I sort of described the things that I said this video. And he said, yeah, all right, fair enough. And then I made my little bootleg video because it was such a perfect occurrence. And, oh my goodness, what else do I want to talk about in accordance of that video? I guess not too much. Just the fact that it's a video that I made, and it's silly, and it's, again, low production quality because the camera is garbage, and my lighting, I tried to do the best I could with my lighting, but if there's a shadow on anything, then my camera just hates itself and does not deal with it properly. Anyway, so quickly, getting out of this tangent, is Princess Pinky Dashicorn. That's what I named the horse. At the very top of the description, I said, I'm dubbing this horse Princess Pinky Dashicorn because it's Pinky, a Rainbow Dash, a cutie mark, and it's an alicorn, so Pinky Dashicorn. Anyway, point is, fan art! Back to the fan art. We got, from sweetiedropsdaily.tumblr.com, sent me this piece of fan art of my horse, with Princess Pinky Dashicorn, with the Rudolph nose, and oh my god. I know I said I dubbed her Princess Pinky Dashicorn, but I don't know if I should do this. I've been going 4 full episodes of VIVCAST, and I haven't sworn once. But I'm gonna do it. Cover your eyes, little ones, because this is too funny for me. I dubbed her Princess Pinky Dashicorn, but in my head I also dubbed her fucking Rudolph. It's just a name. You're referring to, oh, there's Twilight Sparkle, there's Applejack, and there's fucking Rudolph. It's just too funny for me. It's vulgar, and yes, it's vulgar, but it's, oh my goodness, I just cannot stop laughing at that. Oh, also, alright, I've got an idea. I'm going to do one of those poll things. At the top right, this eye shows up, and you click it, and then this sort of side card thingy shows up, and it's a poll, and it's going to be, do you care if I swear in these? And vote your thing in the eye card poll vote thing in the top left. Yeah. Top right. Yeah, that's the one. Because that's a thing you can do with YouTube. I'm going to exploit that because I kind of do want to know if swearing is a thing that people mind. It's a thing I try to be self-conscious of, but at the same time, the internet kind of doesn't care at this point. Everybody just swears anyway. Anyway, point is, so, that was that piece of fan art. Next, we're going to move on to... right. This one is, if you remember, it was either last week or the week before. No, it was last week. No, it was the week before. Was it? Yes, it was the week before. Was it? When was this, sent? It was sent a week ago. Therefore, this is from... No. It was... Oh my goodness. When was it? I shouldn't care. This is from Rat Loverer. Is that how you'd say it? The signature on the picture. Hold up, here's the picture. Ta-da! It just says Rat Lover. So maybe I should just say that. The same person from before who made a bunch of Viv fan art. Here's another one with Princess Pinky Dashicorn and Viva again. Yay! This is as per mentioned. It's really cool. I really like these. they're cute and pretty and nice. Thank you very much. The next person's fan art is, we're going for 4 this time because this one was sent to me very recently, like not long ago. Bam! This one's Libby the Couts. The Couts. This one is based on the Robin Hood video I made from ages ago. And it's cool because it's Viva with the Robin Hood attire and a taped on cutie mark and of the arrow and the bow and the... Oh my god. It's... that video... Should I talk about that video and make this video even longer than it is? Maybe I'll talk about it in a dedicated animations video or something, because there are things I kind of want to mention, but I'll leave that to another time. Thank you for the picture. It's a pretty good picture. Thank you. Next person. This one was sent over Twitter ages and ages ago, but I think it's still pretty cool. This one is by Ebony Inkstone, and I'm pretty sure the only place on the internet it is on Twitter. So, here it is. Okay. This isn't just a Viva fan art. This is one of those compilation ones. This is where it's like, there's Viva over to the left. There it is. That's the horse, and there's a bunch of other people's horses too. And oh man, it's sort of like, it's really weird because my OC is sort of like grouped together with everybody else, like a bunch of other people's OCs as being one of the brony OCs. It's one of those. There's like, Flufflepuff. There's I Live Kim Possible a lot. There's Saberspark. There's AC Race Best. There's Animated James down there. Dusty Cat is an obvious one. And then there's Viva over there. Isn't that cool? I think that's pretty cool. I'm one of those. Hooray for me! And thank you to Ebony Inkstone for including me in your compilation image picture thing. I'll link to... here's something I should say. A link to all the fan art people in the description. Not the images themselves, just the person. Unless you want me to include the actual link to the image. Maybe I should do that. I don't know. I feel like it's better if I just do the link to the person, because it's, I don't know, if you want to find the picture, then you can find it yourself. But you've already seen it, so oh no. Oh, that sort of makes me think of like the React controversy. Oh god, I'm part of the dark side. Okay, I'm gonna link to people to the link. I'm gonna link not just to the description, not just to the people's pages, but also to the actual link of the image. Cool. We're good. I think that's fair. That's the end of this episode of VIVCAST. There's one last dot point on my list of things that I wanted to talk about, and it's the fact that before the next episode of VIVCAST is going to be my birthday on the 12th of March. So that's going to be cool, I think. I don't know what I'll be doing in particular for it. It's just going to be my birthday. If you want to make me fan art for that, then send that to my Tumblr or my Twitter or my DeviantArt, I guess, even though I don't use that much. But like, everybody's been sending me fan art through my DeviantArt anyway. I don't know. What's your preference? You send me to whatever your preference of things are, if you want to have your fan art included in VIVCAST or whatever. Anyway, yep, that's the end of this episode. What do I say? I've just sort of been stopping when I say the word goodbye.